So we're not losing games. We've lost our standards, which leads to losing kids. I want to say that again. We're not losing games. We've lost our standards, which leads to losing kids. Tonight, we're calling the foul that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. We got a real conversation tonight. We'll be right back with you.
Hey, coach. Yes, you. You feeling burned out? Players not locked in? Parent drama wearing you down? Well, this is the place for you. The Coach's Code Podcast, where we help you lead with purpose, protect your peace, and build programs that last. So do me a favor, coach. Subscribe to this channel, hit that bell if you're on YouTube, and share this with another coach who's trying to do it the right way. Your journey just got a whole lot stronger. Welcome to the Coach's Code Podcast.
All right, so welcome to the Coach's Code Podcast. Excited about this kind of an impromptu episode tonight, a little different, but I couldn't help it, man. So in tonight's episode, we're confronting the uncomfortable truth behind youth sports today and what we as coaches can do to stop enabling talented kids while ignoring character. So I have a special guest here tonight, Coach Micah Hagans. He kicked off this conversation with a bold post last night on Facebook. And tonight we're going to dig real deep into it. So we're going to jump right in here. We're going to have us some fun. So I'm going to read first the post. I'm going to show you the post that was on Facebook from Coach Hagan's page. And we're going to jump right in here. We're going to have us some fun tonight. All right, here we go. So right here, if y'all looking right here on your screen, this is Coach Micah Hagans. He is the head boys basketball coach at Bonneville High School, which is his hometown in Kenner, Louisiana. And, we've known each other from a distance. And so what it is now is that, I said, man, let's pick up the phone. Let me holler at him and see if we can talk about this. But let's read this. He says, just finish up a great summer of basketball. I do want to bring awareness to something, though. Over the past month, including this weekend, the amount of kids cursing out referees, cursing out other coaches, their own coach, and fans is insane. We are mentors first. Stop letting your players talk to other adults like that. You can't be afraid to lose. No kid is talented enough to embarrass your program. Now, that's big time. That's big time. Much respect to Coach Hagans for that post. And so, like I said, it sparks an interesting conversation. So, like I said, Coach Hagans, he's going to expound on it. We also have tonight, we have Coach Justin Collins of Bossier High School here in Bossier City, Louisiana. He's a state championship coach. He's a great guy, even better guy than Coach. He's a pretty good friend of mine as well. We're still growing in our relationship and have a lot of respect for him. And then also, my brother from another mother, Coach Corey Deans, who is now newly appointed girls head basketball coach at Port Allen, down in the Baton Rouge area. He'll be down there, building a program, building up another group. He's excited about him. I was sad he moved away, but definitely excited about him. So that'll be our panel for tonight. So we're going to jump right in, and we're going to allow Coach to come in here and talk to us about this post specifically. All right, Coach Hagans, welcome. Coach Deans, welcome. Coach Collins, welcome. What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, man? You hear me? I'm trying to figure this thing out.
Yeah, we hear you loud and clear. Coach Hagans.
I need to turn it down.
Yeah, Coach Hagans is here with us, man. We're gonna let him get us started on, what sparked him sharing that post. And man, I know I sent it to you guys last night. Y'all know we do screenshot. We share with our people. Like, man, did you see that? And so man, we're gonna jump right in here, have us some fun tonight. While we waiting on Coach Hagans to come in, if y'all don't mind, I guess I'll start with you, Coach Deans. Kind of give me your thoughts on the post that we shared, man. Like, what, how did that kind of resonate with you when we shared the post, man. What does that say to you?
Well, good evening. Good evening. Um, I knew it's just pretty much this generation because I saw some similar stuff in the last team camp that we had. We put on. I ended up having to referee didn't show up, and I had to fill in for like the last couple games, and the amount of coaches and stuff were just whining. And me, I didn't think nothing of it. I made a call and I went over to explain uh, the call to the coach that was doing the complaining, which he wasn't even the head coach. Man told me to shut up and don't talk to him.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, you right. At this time, now you gonna sit down and shut up because you ain't even the head coach. So you don't get the right to talk no more. And then I told the head coach, you probably need to get your coach. He's standing right there. He hearing everything. You probably need to get your coaching staff for it become a problem because the man said I wasn't a referee. And I said, he's spot on. So right now, I'm not even talking as a referee. You better get your coaching staff and get them under control and for it be a problem. And I ain't talking about refereeing. But it been a problem. The kids they were cuffing each other out. And the team, the coach that was doing the wine, his team they were cuffing the other players out. They were cussing the assistant coaches out, and it just again. And I'm not gonna say the team name, but I've never seen no teams at the top 28. So what do you have to lose by allowing that? What do you have to lose?
Oh my God!
This wasn't a Wiseman. This wasn't a Bozier. This wasn't a Skylandville. This wasn't a Catholic. Like, who are you and who are these people? Like, what do you got to lose by correcting this? And the head coach is sitting there, and he watching it, and he said, he said, I'll take care of it. Coach, you better take care of it, man, because I'm telling you, I just moved out here. I know y'all don't know me. Go and take care of it, please. Matter of fact, don't take care of it. If you don't take care of it, I will. Hey, tell your coach to sit down and shut up and don't say nothing else. And especially not to me. It's a problem. I mean, it's just getting out of control. I feel bad. I do feel bad for the referees, but it's for one, just throw people out the game. Just throw them out the gym. I had a parent that tried to fight a player from the opposing team, and I had to kick him out of the gym. I had to get the police to kick him out of the gym, kick the player out of the gym, and send that whole team out of the gym. It's just bad, man, and it's everywhere. It's embarrassing. I don't know how you can call yourself a head coach and have that in your program.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Lord have mercy. It's so they breaking you in down there at Baton Rouge already, huh, coach?
Oh no, that happened. That happened for about 30 minutes. The next day they came, that coach ain't saying nothing else.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody else saying nothing.
I feel you, man.
Because before I'm anything else, maybe before I'm a coach, I'm a man first. So
Man first.
you gonna have to address me like a man. I demand that. I demand that everywhere I go, in every program I demand that. I demand that from everybody around me. I tolerate zero disrespect.
None. That's what I
And I
love about
stand
you.
on it.
You've been like that since I met you. Well, look, we got Coach Hagen's come back in, so this is the coach, this the man. He the problem, y'all. He the problem. He the one started this conversation, so we gonna jump in. Coach Hagen, this post hit a nerve for me. Yeah, I hit you up, probably within 2 minutes of me reading it, and he was like, "Cool, man, let's chop it up." Take us behind the scenes, man. What sparked it? Because I'm sure it wasn't just this past weekend. I'm sure this is something that's probably kind of hit you a little hard, probably just in recent years or whatever. So what sparked this, man? What got this started for you when you felt like, I got enough influence where I can say something and get somebody's attention because you got mine. So where does this come from for you?
Well, first, man, what's up, Corey? What's up, Justin, man?
What's going on?
From before, man.
What's up, brother?
Likewise. do what y'all do from afar, and it's great to see you guys leading from the front as you guys have been doing. Well, to answer your question, Coach, obviously, man, it's been getting worse and worse as the years go on. I think this weekend it was like back to back. Not even just this weekend for sure, but all through the summer, man. You just watching. I think a big part of it is the amount of turnover within coaches, and we're getting so many new coaches coming in, and I think that has plays a big part in it. Like the kids are going crazy right now, and this weekend I'm seeing kids. The mom is trying to grab him, cursing his mom out, and I'm just looking at the coach sitting there like, man, you gotta do something, man. Coach, you can't allow one kid got put out and walked past the referee and said, I'm gonna see about you outside. And nobody told the kid anything, and it's tough. You just can't play for me. You can't play for my program. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like I always tell a kid before, and a parent, if I can't control you, you can't play for. Like when you get mad, if I can't bring you down, you can't play for me. You know what I'm saying? Because emotions are going to kick in at some point. But when we're on a roll, it's just me and my guys. So if I'm the guy in charge, and if I can't calm you down, if you have a switch where you get so mad that I can't cheer you out, you just can't play here. So it's been something that's been happening for years. I think right now it's getting like worse. And now it's like spreading to not only their own coaches, it's the other coaches, other officials. It's just we got to get a hold on it. And I think the biggest thing I said about it was, you can't be afraid to lose. We holding these players to a standard or not holding them to a standard because they think they're good enough where they don't have to listen to anybody. And I don't know if it's just me. I don't believe in that. I'll lose, and part of it, probably my cockiness is probably my strength because I play with all JV kids and go play the number one team in the state and think I'm gonna win. If you think you're gonna hold me hostage, it's never gonna happen. And I think we just gotta remember first that we missing the boat if we're not teaching these kids, because you can win and be a disciplinarian. You can win and hold them accountable. Like you don't have to give up one for the other. You know what I'm saying? And I think coaches feel like they have to, and they don't.
Yeah.
Right.
See, I like you going to that direction. You said a couple of things. You said something about a lot of new coaches coming in, and with that means a lot of old coaches are moving out. It's that time. It's kind of that transition period. But this is the problem that I can see. Like right now, I've been in it for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? It's been 20 years for me right now, and I still have other coaches that I look up to. You know what I'm saying? Like I pick up the phone. Last night I had some stuff that I was dealing with, and I called a couple of coaches that been in the game longer than me. Even though I got 20 years in and I'm kind of an OG now, I still pick up the phone and call these other two guys and ask what their thoughts and opinions are. And I do the same thing with Coach Beans and Coach Collins as well. Man, we pick up the phone, we chop it up about stuff all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of the newer guys coming in think they too good for that. Like, now you don't know what you're doing. You need somebody to help. So that's one thing.
Right.
And the other thing, like you said, man, is it's the win at all cost mentality when, you like you said, you can win and be disciplined. Well, you can't win without discipline. So you can't do that anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's not possible. The top teams, Coach Dean named some programs. Those programs are winning, and they got discipline. They got character. You know what I'm saying? So you can't skip over it. Coach Collins, man, what about you, man? When I sent you, how we're in the screenshot area. When I sent that to you, man, like, what was the first thing that kind of came to mind for you when you saw it?
Yeah, man. Somebody got to say it. It's like, man, what have we become? Like, what have we become in this thing? Like, and it's sad that you put this made pressure on yourself to win, so you will tolerate things that I'm hoping you will tolerate as a man at your house or your home or wherever you at, just to win. And then 9 times out of 10, you don't win in the end. You don't win at the end. So I think we got a lot of, we missing the mark on that, man. You got to have discipline, structure, character as a person. Period. You got to be the coach. The coach got to have it. So if the leader don't have it, I don't think it's not going to go down to your players or your team. A lot of lot of times the kids are extension of the coach, of the head coach. So it's your job to make sure you have that in your program. And if you don't have it in your life, there's no way you can have it in your program. So you got to first start working on yourself.
Yeah.
So I just think it was great. It should have been shared 100 times because it's going on not just in this state.
I caught it early, so it probably got a whole lot more shells than it
See
did.
that? And look, so look, when you reached out to me,
some people not gonna share it because
Eddie, when you reached out to me, I was like, oh, this up north too. I was saying, I'm like, oh, this up north. I just started, all right, this is a thing here. I seen it had a few Baton Rouge teams down too. Yeah. I was like, oh, this is like down south. Y'all dealing with it too. That's when you said, I said, oh, we got a problem, man. We got to figure it out.
Yeah. It's definitely something that's common. Coach Hagan, so what do you think is the message that's being sent out when we let the behavior slide and just because the kid can play ball a little bit? What message is going out? Who is this going out to, and what's being said when people see
that you could, if you're talented enough, you can get away with whatever. And that is the message. And we've been sending that out throughout really like college. You see it in college a lot. Like it's trickled down. It's not just at our level, where the talented kids get away with it. I'll tell you, in my program, the talented kids, they have the least amount of room to do anything. And I think any top program, they have that. Like my best player last year, like Jeremiah, he couldn't do anything wrong. Like I held him to a different standard. And I think when you have it like that, you just get rid of a lot of problems. But so many of us want to win, especially when you just take over a program, right? Yeah. Like I gotta win now. And then I can't get rid of these two kids. They all district kids, but they also got the most attitude. So now, guess what happens? You let him get away with it, you say, oh, next year I'm gonna start it. Well, now the juniors, they about to be seniors next year. They watch you let them two get away with it. It's my turn to get away with stuff. It's my turn to talk crazy to people and not have any respect. And our job, education-based athletics, we're the extension of the classroom. You don't let nobody talk to you like that in the class, or you're not supposed to. So I always let them talk to you like that on the court. We're supposed to be mentors. If they don't respect authority in the gym, then they're not going to respect authority when they get pulled over, right? And like we're supposed to be teaching these. I'll tell you this real quick story. Before we left Saturday's game, I'm driving a bus and I look on a bus and one of my kids had like a little toy gun, right? It was like a little toy gun, and I like, the small toy gun, like a water gun. And I was like, hey, listen, hold on 1 second.
Got the crew back there. Got the crew.
The toy gun. So I was like, hey, look, I know that's a water gun, but let me teach y'all something. So before we pulled off, we was almost late to the game. I spent that next 20 minutes. We're gonna talk about this. Hey, y'all a majority group of young black men. You can't make these mistakes, right? Somebody could pull us over and have the thought process that this, you know what I'm saying, that we could possibly be doing something. Like, yes, a water gun. Y'all playing out, it was out of fun. Yes, I get it. But we can't make those mistakes. And every time a situation happens, if we don't use that as a teaching moment to teach, then what are we really doing? Is this just all about basketball or football or whatever? Or is it about a mentorship and growing young men? And I think that when we look at it that way, I think it changes our perspective and how we handle things that come up our way.
Right. That's cool. What about you, Coach Deans, man, about when it come down to messaging? You know what I'm saying? When you got your players out there who can play ball really well and people are watching, what comes across your mind when it comes down to the messaging that's going out?
I'm going to tell you, last year, I was happy that I didn't have the title as head coach. Well, I had the title, but I'm glad I wasn't the official head coach. Because it's a lot of people that wouldn't have played.
Okay.
I got an expectation and a standard that I don't deviate from.
Okay.
I'm not going. Like Coach said, I'd rather lose. I put a Mike Singletary post up. I'd rather play with 4 people till I get penalized through and through before I can play with you. I can't win with you. I can't coach with you. I refuse. I refuse to have you with me. You vex my spirit.
You got that
I
right.
just don't want you around. And I believe that kids are resilient. What I mean is, the kid you say you got to put them all off, you ain't got to put them all off team, because once you put your standard down and your expectations, kids adjust. 9 times out of 10, they adjust to the standard that's put in front of them. And once they see you know nonsense, I had teams at Shreve for 5 years that never got in trouble in school, that never got referrals, hardly ever late to class. That because we had an expectation for year after year after year. The freshmen was coming in, and the sophomores, the juniors, and the seniors was telling them how everything go, and they just fell in line. They just kept falling in line, falling in line, falling in line. But yeah, I can't deviate from it. Once I had that first parent meeting, and I hate saying stuff out loud, and I hate having something in writing, because whatever I say out loud and have in writing, that's what it's gonna be. I ain't finna make no negotiations or nothing. If it's in black and white, then that's how it's gonna be.
Right. Absolutely. I love that. That's one. That's
Hey, I'm glad you
yeah.
said that, Coach. I'm glad he said that, because now we got parents.
Uh-oh.
No, I ain't gonna say parents. Let's say adults. Hey, Coach, you're so tough on them kids. Why you fussing them kids like that? Why you do this to them kids? Shut up. You the reason why your kids like that now. God, no, yeah, sensitive people, man. So you ain't gotta be fussing at them kids
Yeah, you
like
do.
that.
Yeah, you do.
So how do you?
Said,
Okay, then. So here we go, Coach Collins. You turned the corner for us, and we all gonna touch on this. So what works for you? And we all work in different demographics. Let's talk about this too. We work in different demographics. If we look at our schools and situations that we're in, and have worked, I've worked in all of them. And now for me, I'm in a private school now, so it's new. I don't work suburbs, magnet school, the hood. Now I'm in the private school. I don't work in college. So I know Coach Collins, you know Bossier. We already know that's the heart of the city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Inner city kids, a lot of tradition there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of winning has been done. A lot of great basketball has come through there. You know what I'm saying? But so in your situation, okay, when there's a parent or adult who try to override your discipline, how do you what works for you? How do you handle that situation specifically where you are?
Well, you know, and man, I say some choice words, but adult word, but we don't what we try to do, what we try to do in our program, we coach the kids, and we don't coach the parent. So if the parent has an opinion on how we do things, okay, parent, you get you a team and you run the team like you want to run it. He can play for you, and that's that. If you're gonna play in our program, we're gonna do it this way. And if you don't like it, then you just don't like it. But move on. But you try to break it down like in realistic. Like, man, these are most of us coaching young black men, and if they can't take what we're saying to them, or they don't have enough self-control or self-discipline to take a little yelling or being held accountable, you're gonna have a hard time in life. Because even if you work for yourself or you have your own business, somebody gonna always tell you something, or have if like I do yours. If I don't like the way the person talked to me because I didn't do X, Y, and Z good enough to the extent they're paying me, so you got to respect that. So you don't get really caught up in. And unfortunately, at Bossier, I don't have to really deal with that as parent wise. But I know other schools, parents are very involved and parents are very opinionated, and they think they know everything that goes on, and they little Johnny don't do nothing wrong. My baby don't cuss and fuss and don't talk back, and he this.
Can I say something? Can I give y'all a secret?
So you got
go ahead.
I'm gonna expose myself on this one. No, I ain't gonna lie to you. With them parents, especially the incoming, the freshmen, the underclassmen, the parents that have the meetings, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't going to administration. We can have 400 meetings in that freshman year. But when we have trial that spring, I guarantee I won't have that problem next year. They gone. They gone. I don't care how good it, how many points they scored. They gone. They a memory. They castle. They a ghost.
You hear that,
That's
Coach
what I
Hagan?
do.
You hear that?
And I guess what? That's why I don't have that many problems. Everybody that complain we have a problem with that freshman year, I tell the coach. I tell Coach Holman all the time, hey man, coach, make a note. He like, got you, buddy. He already on the pad. That name ain't that trial list. His name is gone.
Yeah.
He cut before we even had a trial.
Right.
Well, see, Coach Hagan's, and we'll go to you on this one. This is the thing, man. I say this: never sacrifice character for talent. That's my thing. Now, mind you, I have not done that 100% of the time. Coach Dean's and I work together. You know, we had some situations. One year we worked together. Oh man, we had a situation there, and Coach Dean was on my butt, and he was right. He was right. And what I was trying to do was, because it was a special talent. You know what I'm saying? It felt like man, I can get him. You know what I'm saying? We was all new to the program. I felt like if we got a little time with him, I can rein him in. Now, brother, Coach Dean was right. But we do know too,
They let you down every time.
And we know as an assistant coach or head coach, we know, because like I said, I know Coach Hagens. I know you a lifer at Bump. I know that's home. You got a chance to be an assistant there as well. You know what I'm saying? So you got a chance to see it from both ends. But for you, Coach, did you find yourself? Has anything changed or modified when you slip over into your head coaching role? When it came down to handling those situations, did you find yourself? It's not necessarily seeing it different, but did you handle it a little bit different with this uber talented kid that might have had an attitude you had to deal with? Did that change for you?
Yeah, so I ramped it up. I'll never forget when we all started talking. That brought me a memory. 2017, we had a kid, one of the best kids in the state. Was Division I. He committed and was signed in November. Really good kid, but just the way how he handled everything. You know, I was an assistant at the time. I used to tell my head coach, man, you got to suspend this kid, man. This kid is going he's not going to make it next year, right? Like when he leaves here, he think this is the way it works, and this is not. This is the last place that love you. Next year, they don't love you no more. It's business, right? So I actually stepped aside. That kid senior year, I quit. I resigned for about a month and a half. If you're not going to let him go, it's like we got into that practice. I'm like, hey, you need to get put out. Coach was like, wait, we don't need to put him out. Oh, well, I'm out. You ain't going to put him out. I'm out. So I stepped away from the program for about a month and a half. Ended up getting, talk back to come back in. And that kid eventually didn't make it his freshman year in college. He ended up not being there anymore. But I took that personal because we did him a disservice because we didn't teach him the proper way to survive in college. So now as a head coach, I'm over the top. Hey, you're gonna do everything a certain way, right? Like you late for pregame, you spend it a half. So I think I'm way more strict as a head coach than I was as an assistant coach. Or our program was, because I was like that, but I just didn't make the decisions at the time. But I just really want my kids to be successful. I'm proud to say this. Every kid that goes to college from here, the coaches always say, man, he's on time, he works hard. Like, that's the biggest compliment you could ever get, that your kids are prepared for the next level. But a lot of us are not preparing them. We just winning games. Winning games. But you're not preparing these kids. And that's why your kids they're not last at the next level. Because they're not prepared. And if we're not preparing them for it, again, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Right? Is this all about winning basketball games? I just don't think we should be in that business.
I agree 100%.
And coach, them kids want to be disciplined. They want to be coached and held accountable. They really they don't like it, but they really do. Safe. When it come down to it,
it's safe.
They start.
Like I know when I come. When they come to
they know.
When they come to practice, when they come up, they know what it is. Like when they come to bond, they know exactly what they're gonna get. And a lot of times in their life, they don't know what they're gonna get. But when they come to our program every day, when they with us, they know exactly what it's gonna be. And there's comfort in stability. There's comfort in repetition. And kids like that.
Oh no.
Yeah. And man, my kids call me soft. Coach, you getting soft, man. I started being. Yeah, like coach, you let him do this and that. And I'm like, they started calling me out. And I had to start looking at myself like, am I getting soft? Man, I ain't getting soft. Man, Coach, you getting soft. You would have made us good. I'm like, well, so as you get older, you have a little bit more patience.
Yes, you do.
But you kind of like you kind of ain't as rowdy as you were. But when them kids start calling you soft, that's when you say, okay, I'm soft. Watch this. And then you start. But that's when I say these kids want to be. Like they want to be held accountable. Not the ones that really want it. And the ones that need it, because they come back later in life and say, "Coach, I appreciate you, man, for not letting me like get away with X, Y, and Z. Because if it was up to me, I would have went the easy route. But as they get in the real world and they get in college, they realize that ain't easy. It ain't easy at all. But man, that's a trip, man. My boys are trying to be soft.
You're the OG. You're the OG. Been doing it a long time. But let's say that in a game like I seen this weekend, kid get called a foul call. He mad. He cussed the other coach out, cussed the referee out. What you doing? Is he getting back in the game for you? What does that look like? What is your next course of action?
Oh no! We had it happen. And the kid got let go. I mean, we let him go, man. Like it was one of those things where it literally was not. It's not personal. It's one of those things to where, of course, every situation has a different weight to it. But this kid was going to the 12th grade. You know what I'm saying? Like, he pretty much, he's who he is. You know what I'm saying? And we've already had a conversation about this. So now you're gonna do it again. You letting me know this is who you are, and you don't want to do this. Now, mind you, me and that kid, he's an adult now, and we cool. Like, we cool now. You see what I'm saying? Because he respects for the stands, and he knew what I had to do. Younger kid, 9th, 10th grade, you know what I'm saying, where they're coming out of middle school, where you're trying to break them in, you know what I'm saying? You of course they'll sit out of that game, but at the same time, it's really from that point, it's zero. It's like, dude, like if you make this decision to act this way, you're saying, screw this team, screw you, coach. I don't want to be here, and we just gonna help you. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? So it all just depends on the weight of the relationship. How long they've been around the program, if they knew afresh, to see how we handle that situation. But you're gonna get handled. You know what I'm saying? Like
you should. But a big thing is too, the kids. I think we come back. It all starts at home, right? And we said it a lot, but that's real. A lot of times the parents talking bad about it, and that changed the kids' mental on you, right? Like when a kid coming home every day, all you hearing is your coach this, your coach that, your coach this, your coach that. The kids you see good kids start to turn and be like, man, what happened? You used to be like that. But I see what's going on. Your parents are doing that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's unfortunate when that happens. I think that's the next step of the conversation is like parents are training kids, and you just need to let us do our job and you do your job, which is be a parent. You don't have a team. You should get a team.
And some of our guys, some of our kids, I know we all got different kids. Some of our kids don't really have a good home life, don't really have no parents. Let's just be honest. I'm like, man, if your parents are not up to date where you at and what you got going on and this and that, man, you don't have no good parents. Like, you should know what's going on in your kid's life, and if they don't, I call the parents out. I don't mind telling them kids, man, your parents gotta do a better job. You gotta do a better job. Because I know mine. I know what mine is. And I don't care if they go back and tell them or not. It's called accountability across the board. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, your mama ain't checked your grades.
Come on, man.
And get mad that your grades a certain way. And it's like, man, I don't want to hear that. That's why y'all let them.
That's my biggest problem. That's my biggest problem.
I don't hear that. I'm calling out now. Now I'm about to call.
I'm going parent to the conference. I'm the one.
I don't want to hear that, man. I don't want to hear that, man.
You at from parent to the conference. And then you got the nerve to be on the sideline talking about what you think should be happening. Hey, you better get to these meetings and see why this boy got a D in Spanish. And you know what I'm saying? It's so many. We dropping the ball in so many areas. we've become, you know what a big thing is? As a community, we've put all our eggs into these kids going to the NBA, and that's why we can't control anything else. Like, we putting every egg in that basket. So everything revolves around this child being a successful basketball player. That we neglect every other aspect of this kid's life. And when I meet those families, I tell the kids this. Let's say you go to the NBA, you got three stages of your life. You as a person, you as a career person, and you as an athlete. You're gonna be the athlete the shortest amount of time. You go to NBA, you done at 30, right? You putting all this time into this kid and something that he gonna do the shortest, right? The next is the career person. You're gonna do that till you about 60. And then lastly is the person, you're gonna be that the longest. Man, why are we not putting the most emphasis on who this kid is as a person? Right? Like, we putting everything into the basketball. He gonna be that the shortest. He's done at 30. If he lucky, he's done at 30. Probably done at 21.
Yeah. Some of y'all done at 18.
90% of y'all
the ball gonna stop bouncing early.
90%.
It's over with. Yeah, you know you ain't good enough to go to college. Me and my partner was just talking. Do y'all know it's only been 8 people in the last 50, 60 years in Shreveport Bossier has made it to the NBA?
That many?
8. Yep, and I might be wrong.
That's more than what I thought, right?
Well, you got to go back to the 70s.
Right.
Robert Parrish and
Robinson.
some guys, they got drafted. But later, like that's the last 50, 60 years. So,
right, I got you.
It's probably thousands of athletes. And you mean to tell me you can count on 2 hands how many that we think that made it to the NBA? So, what's your chances? Not saying I won't steal your dream, but if you still struggle with a left hand layup, you know it's gonna be a long.
What you got, Coach Dean? Like you got some on your mind.
No. I want to address what Coach Hagen said about I hate that happen for you, man, because I never let that happen. I tell kids a lot that I don't even have authority. When an assistant coach put a kid off the team or put a kid out of practice, and a kid come back to me as the head coach, I can't even talk to you, bro. I didn't put you out of practice, and I never cut my assistant coach legs or authority. Man, he gonna have to put you back on the team if he wants you on the team.
For sure.
But if he put you off too many times, now I'm gonna step in and say you can't come back. But I can't put you back over the team if my assistant coach put you off. Period. I wasn't even on that end when the assistant coach put him out. I don't got no. You got to talk to me with the assistant coach, and the assistant coach decide if you're on the team or not. That's what a kid try to play that mom and daddy game, and no, we got one voice, one band, one sound. If the assistant coach said that you ain't playing, I ain't gonna ask a question. What happened? You just ain't playing. But I sure hate that happened to you, man. I had a coach a couple days ago say that happened to him, and I'm like, what kind of head coaches we got now, man? That they override their assistant coaches.
Man,
like y'all didn't have a coaching meeting before practice start.
Now look at what you just said, though. You just said that, man. Go ahead.
I give my guys autonomy. I say, hey, look, before you make a decision, think about it. I'm going to rock with you, right? But those don't make no quick decision. Hey, you out of here, you out of here. Hey, hold up. Make sure you show. Make it make sense. But if you do, man, that's your call. I trust you just as much as I trust myself. We go in this together. Like Coach Dean just said, man, you make a decision. I can't cut you. I'm not doing it. So, man, be sure on your decision. Make sure you don't just move out of emotions. Make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? But if you can stand firm on why you put this man in this situation, man, we together behind it. You know, and your staff got to be on point with that too.
Yeah, I mean, but that's one of the things.
What you think about that, Coach?
What you say it again?
What you got on that?
I mean,
that's a tough situation.
Well, I mean, it's just like what Coach Dean said, though. And he remember this, that when we worked together, I said, man, the coaching staff, man, we got to have one voice. You know what I'm saying? We got to have the same verbiage, the same terminology, you know, the same understanding on what's going to be our standard for the program. Because when Coach Deans had called me on that one situation that we had, he was right. He was absolutely right. Where the chink in my armor at that time was, is I had a kid that I had never coached before. Like you have somebody that physically check all the boxes, and for me, I was being self-centered then. I was, because I was like, man, shoot, man, bro, we
Mm-hmm.
can win. You know what I'm saying? But look at what wound up happening. Coach Dean will tell you, when I drew that line in the sand, the decision was made. They made their own decision. You remember that, Coach Dean? Made their own
Yeah, I
decision.
believe
And so the thing about it is that we have to be consistent with that, because if anybody can find any chink in your armor, in your coaching staff, anything, man, they're gonna take it and they're gonna run with it. And so you got to have standards. And the standard can't be, oh, he can score 30. It can't be that. Because, man, we love the kid. Because my ultimate thing is, our society is lacking husbands and fathers. That's what our society is missing. So we're all boys, coaches, and Coach Deans is now just transitioned to girls. But for me, I want my young men to have a heart and the mindset when they leave that they want to lead a family. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the way I coach from that mentality and what I'm giving them. And it's not always so. For me, my parent meeting, which I just had one now, my new job here at Evangel, bro, I'm just straight transparent to the bone. I tell the parents what's expected out of your child. I tell the kids, look, and I don't say this as being high and mighty, but I am at a Christian academy now. But I always say this, like I tell the boys today, I say, look, y'all cuss when I cuss. You know what I'm saying? Like, when y'all hear me cussing, y'all can start cussing. Y'all,
I ain't there yet, Coach.
What I'm saying is,
Justin, I ain't there either.
but what I'm saying, y'all, but it's easy for me to say that with them. But what I'm saying is, with y'all, is that y'all kids know not to go out there and do that. You see what I'm saying? Like, y'all have that standard in your program. You ain't finna go out here and act a fool. If anybody act a fool, it's gonna be me. I'm gonna do it. You see what I'm saying? As the head coach. But y'all still take the time to let y'all kids know y'all not gonna act like this. This is not the behavior y'all gonna have. Some people let that stuff go too far. I just, when you got the kids out, especially out in front of people. Have y'all ever sat in the stands and just had a bunch of kids just cussing and talking crazy like you ain't even sitting there? I
all the
can't
time.
shut up. Oh, I can't shut up.
You get mad immediately, bro.
I can't do it. I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna look.
You start becoming your parent.
I mean, so
you start becoming your parent. You be like, man, look at this here. You know how when the older people used to say stuff, you start being that person.
Hey,
but it just
a part of this comes back to, I tell my kids all the time, and this was when I remember I was young. My first year as an assistant, I was 24, and one day one of my kids texted me after I fussed at him. He was like, man, look, I don't know if you are a friend or a coach. And that changed my life as far as coaching, because that made me look like I had to look in the mirror and be like, maybe I am giving them mixed signals, right? I'm still young. They don't know if I'm their partner. Hey, we not friends. Like, I let my kids know that I got grown friends. Y'all not my friends. Y'all not my partners.
right.
Y'all don't even like that.
I'm not big bro. I'm not your no. I'm not big bro. Because big bro, you can talk. You can go back and forth with and curse a little bit with. You ain't doing that with me. So a lot of I'm listening to players today, coach, bro. Hey man, why that man calling you that, man? It needs to be a very direct line of who you are and the respect you demand. And if it's not, like, that's why they act like that. They act like that because y'all friends, y'all partners, and you can still be a great mentor to them, but understanding there's a limit to what we're gonna talk about and what we're not gonna talk about. What you're gonna say in front of me and what you're not gonna say in front of me. Like, we make that very clear. You're not about to be cursing around me. You're not gonna talk crazy around me. And that's why when you see my team on the court, they not gonna act like that. Now, I can't say none of them may never do that because we can't control what they do, but I can control what I do if you do that. And the standard I set, once you do that, well, I'm putting you all the way out the gym. You grown, so find your way home too.
Hey,
so you don't know how you ain't come back with me because you grown.
You gonna get
embarrassed. You talk like that, you grown. You can curse another adult out, you a grown up. Hey, man, your son is now 21. He talk to people crazy. You need to figure out how to get him home. That sets the standard because we can't control it. But this weekend, I should have seen a lot more coaches putting a lot more kids out the gym.
And they ain't doing it.
Yeah, man. Look, man.
No, they not.
My daddy used to say, "You ain't gonna embarrass me. I'm gonna embarrass you before you embarrass me." He ain't gonna be there to that. So even like we go back to the assistant and head coach, we all been assistant coaches and head coaches. I know I had some scenarios even this year. Well, I didn't even, kids. I mean, we had to put a few off this year because, just had enough. And I was like, man, you know what? I don't care what y'all say. He done. I I'm the head man in charge. I don't care what he did. I don't care what he's going through. He's not longer playing on this program.
Yeah.
No more.
Yeah.
In a discussion.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, coach, man, you good. You know what I'm saying? Like, to the point where, like, what I'm saying about those decisions, for works for me, I make those decisions.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put him off. I don't care. Oh, he disrespected you and you feel a certain way, he's done. We ain't going back and revisiting this the next year. But he's done. And as an assistant, I used to be like, man, why don't Coach Head do this and do this and do this? But when you be a head coach, you gotta your decisions gotta be a little bit more thoughtful. You gotta think about all aspects. And a lot of times, like with our situation, our kids I gave them multiple chances. And it's like, okay, man, now I gave you a chance. Okay, I'm getting another one. Okay, then I'm getting another one. You know what? Don't worry about it. You're done. You're no longer play for this program as long as I'm a coach. And as a head coach, you have to, in my opinion, be the head. You got to lead. And you got to ride with whatever decisions you make, regardless of the assistants agree with it or not. I'm the man in charge, and this is how we going to do it.
Man, I just like to have everything.
Well, what about this, coach, man?
Go ahead.
No, I like to have everything documented though. Like it
I don't have parent meeting. I feel bad. I ain't never had a parent meeting.
Nah.
It's the demographic.
We had one
parent. Yeah. I ain't had none when I was in Fairport.
Man, I'm thinking, should I start doing parent meetings?
I had one at Green Oaks, man. I have parent meeting because you can't just. To me, I don't think you just put a kid off for anything at any time. You got to have some, just like on the job, you got a verbal, then you get a written discussion, then you get a written warning, then you get a final written warning. And as much you can do that with them kids, you still teaching them, unless it's just something egregious, like cussing referees and coaches and other coaches and stuff out like that. Now, you doing stuff like that. And then, you might have to level up, but as far as just acting up and all that, I gotta have like a plan of action, and they gotta know that we're gonna go through these certain steps.
So this is where, and we'll kind of shift even in the conversation. This is where the sport can't be your number one reason. You're like, it has to be bigger than just the sport. Like we live in the era right now. Like, people don't realize youth sports is a $40 billion industry. $40 billion in America a year annually is being spent. There are 20 national championships every summer. There are 20 World Series, or probably more than that, 30. Everybody's making so much money, and everybody thinks that their child is going to be the next big thing. And it's so much sacrificing because somebody has a physical ability. And the bottom line is, if LeBron James was a third kid, he'll be another guy playing at the park. Period. I guarantee you it's 50 guys walking around here probably better than what he is. The difference was he got coached. He got held accountable. You see what I'm saying? For everybody that's considered to be great, it's somebody greater. Always. It always is. But us as coaches, we're not their parents, but man, we have to have standards in place on what we're going to lead our program with. And so these kids will know that these are the non-negotiables. And the problem, and the thing about it is, now y'all know what we living in. Everybody transferring, moving in and out, going to all these schools. And so a lot of coaches are afraid to hold kids accountable because they think the kid gonna transfer. But you know what? That'll be the reason they will. Because they want to be held accountable. And the ones that don't want to be, they're not going to be good athletes. It just is what it is. And we can't be afraid. Right. I don't like to hear coaches sometimes where, well, I'm trying to help the kid. Well, hold on, time out. You trying to help him because he can give you 25 points. So are you going to let the one on the bench that you never played do the same exact thing? No, you're not. You're not going to let that kid get out there and cuss out a referee and talk crazy. You see what I'm saying? So as a person, that has to be consistent. It has to be consistent, man. And so here goes a question, Coach Hagens. Right. So for you, is there a point in time, and I think you might have already shared this, but I want to revisit. Is there a point in time where you felt like you had to stop coaching to be liked and start coaching to make sure you leave a lasting impact? Did you ever go through that transition, or have you always been focused on leaving the lasting impact?
Yeah, it's a struggle. It's rich. And up until like 2 years ago, I got to it like, man, y'all gotta like it or not. You know what I'm saying? But I think naturally as people, we all kind of want to be liked. You know what I'm saying? It's just a natural instinct for us to want to be liked, and you're doing things to want to be liked, but then you learn you can't lead like that. You can't run a program like that. Because now your decision is based on the masses and, hey, do I look good in this situation, or is everybody happy? Nah, you got to do it. Has to be done. And leadership is hard. It's lonely. You know, it's lonely when you lead. You know, I tell my staff, y'all don't even understand what it's like to be at the top and make all these decisions, because the parents like y'all better, the kids, everybody like y'all, because I'm the one upholding the discipline. I'm the one making all the decisions. Even if I ain't making a decision, it seems like I'm making a decision. So I had to get rid of not being one to be liked, and that's hard. You know, but now I'm just like, man, look, this was gonna work for our program, and everybody's going to have to fall in line. And you know, it's been successful, and I've been okay with it.
Yeah. So
Man, I don't know about you, Coach. It ain't hard for me not to be like, I don't care. I don't have a problem with it.
and I'm a witness.
I don't lose no sleep. That's not a problem for me.
Oh my God, Coach Hagan.
I don't care. I put my son off team. I don't care what my wife say. I sleep on the couch.
Everybody want to be like.
Coach Hagan,
everybody want to be like.
You gonna have to link over Dean down there. He in Baton Rouge now. Y'all got the link back. This is who he is.
Look, you gotta be like that. I'm getting like that's why I had to stop. I'm getting like, man, they're not gonna like you anyway. Somebody not gonna like you. That's the thing. That's what I came to realize.
That's true though. You tell a kid, you worry about somebody liking you? Are you 3 years old?
Yeah, like even in the AD role, so like getting rid of the player, like the coaches. Hey man, look. Half of y'all ain't about to like me anyway, but I'm about to do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The same with the kids, the same with the adults. When I run my AD meetings in the beginning of the year, hey, look, I already get it, bro. Y'all whatever. Just don't say it to my face. Y'all have your side group chat, whatever you want to do. I'm gonna lead and run this the way it needs to be ran. Y'all do whatever y'all want going on. It is what it is. Y'all gonna talk about me anyway. I can buy y'all all pizza every week, get everybody a new uniform. Somebody gonna say something wrong with the uniform. Whatever.
Always.
Man, I'm glad I can teach, man, because when them numbers come back bad, I'm gone, because I know them people don't like me. They just like what I can give for them.
So
you gotta try to do,
Coach Collins. So for you, man, what advice would you give a coach who feel like they might be losing control of their culture?
Yeah. Well, you gotta always do the right thing. You know, we all know what's right from wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But your conscience tell you, you know, hey, I might need to do this. You just stay the course, stick with who you are as a person, your character, your integrity, what you believe in, and just do right. You know what's right.
Feed them Friday.
We all know what feed them on Friday. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look. We gotta feed them, man.
Friday,
one
baby.
thing about black people love to eat.
Feed them Friday.
But you feed them something, but they happy for life. Go feed them some food.
Man, why can't wait to Friday?
Coach Hagan, you can't do feed them Friday. That food down in New Orleans, you feed yours every Friday. Everybody gonna gain 20 pounds by the time the season over with.
We feed them.
Y'all do y'all work. Hey, look,
we feed them a lot. We feed them a lot too. But that's culture building. Like what Justin doing, like people don't understand, man. People don't understand what it takes to build a culture. Culture, you can lose in an instance, but you got to fight for it every day. And stuff like that, like feeding them. Yeah. People don't realize if you're just showing up coaching basketball, man, it's a lot of money. You're missing a lot. You know, it's those small things that you build in every day. Like my boys got air mattresses. In the summertime, we be in the gym all day. They sleep in like their lunchtime. They all got mattresses. They be on the court. They sleep. We spend a lot of time together, like really just building and investing in. When you eat together, that's huge. But just little small culture building activities is very, very important in order for you to, run and sustain a successful program. Because those kids don't think you care about them, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I try to treat my kids
Go ahead.
We try to do it like you do your own kids. I feed my own kids. You know? And how I started was, man, I started paying attention in school. We pay attention too much, and we give too much attention to the ones that get in trouble,
Yeah.
always causing trouble.
Yeah.
And my kids were doing the right thing around campus. And I was like, man, if they gonna keep doing the right thing, at least feed them. You know, just at least do something for them to motivate them to keep doing right. Because we really focus on wrong a lot. And we got to start shedding light to the kids that's trying to do right. Because you know, you try. You got to give a kid a credit that's trying when they're surrounded by a lot of wrong.
That's good.
So I was like, well, let's, and it ended up being something bigger than what I even imagined. Because I get the community to pay for it. See, I go beg. Hey, who wants to feed us this Friday?
Yeah.
This is for the kids who's out here really doing their job, doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
If you're going to be, say you so bad, community, if y'all want, I'm going to hold you accountable too. If you want to stand behind these guys and you want to cheer, you want to say this and that, well, let's help.
Yeah.
Everybody don't have a lot of money to donate, but they can chip in here. They can buy water. They can do something.
Yeah.
So let's just let the kids know you're rooting for them. I'm rooting for you, man. Keep doing right. Keep doing good. Keep doing good. Hey, I got something for you at the end of the week. Hey, if y'all ain't handling y'all business, it won't be no food. You just go where the food at. Hey, boy, you got in trouble. You got in trouble. And if you did get in trouble, you ain't eating. How about that? You don't watch everybody else eat.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of like a motivational tool in it. In food, man. You know, you feed a person, they come back and you feed a damn dog.
Yeah.
You feed a little wandering dog. They gonna ride back over there and try to see if you got some more. So, you know,
so one of the things I'm hearing,
man.
So one of the things I'm hearing too, as we, you know, kind of getting close to wrapping up too, is that we started off, we did talk about standards. That was one of the biggest things, having expectations, standards, accountability, you know, from the jump. But then we wrap around, it feels like the same thing we all saying too, man, these relationships got to get developed. And see, the funny part about it is too, is that even if you feed them, even with that, which is a great, you know, chance for camaraderie and fellowship and things like that. But them kids, one thing about these kids got some discernment. They know if you care about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think a kid will embarrass you or embarrass the program if they really think and believe you care about them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so it feels like that's kind of the wraparound if we kind of add some advice, you know, into this, you know, to us having this conversation. Too, is making sure, coaches, we got to check ourselves and say, man, are we doing everything possible too for our kids to know we really care about them? Because I just don't think, because I mean, and I know kids have moments, because our own children do stuff, you know, that might, you know, be embarrassing or whatever at times. But ultimately, though, I think if the standards in place, the accountability is there, the discipline, all those things are there. And like I said, the fellowship, the hanging out, you laugh and joke with them sometimes. I think all those things balance out a kid before they just spaz out. And then if we do got one that's a little crazy, everybody on the team know who it is. Everybody know who it is. You know what I'm saying? So
every team got one or two. I mean, it'd be tripping. You know, it needs some extra attention. But look, man, I think like I know my kids, as much as we be on them, and all the coaches be on these kids, you cannot be like that if the kids don't think you care about them. Yeah. If they don't know you, they're not gonna allow it. They gonna be coming back at you. But when they know you care, you coming from a good place, they'll take some of the extra chewing out. Because I know I say some out of line.
I coach hard too, man. I coach extremely hard. But I also spend a lot of time with them. And as you say, Justin, when we sit down and eat together, we bring everybody together, right? We on one table, right? Everybody. Are you just talking about? I use that time to talk about stuff, even before practice. Like my practice thing, a ton of before practice. We're not talking about hey, let's talk about what may have happened. This happened at a track meet. This kid did this. We shouldn't do this. Right? Like, hey, y'all see what happened last game when that kid did that? My expectation for y'all is not for us to act like that. And if you act like that, these are the things that will be dealt with. So when things come up, we talk about everything. Always bringing up a current event. Something happening, I bring a video. Hey, this happened in Georgia. The kid left the bench. Hey, boy, look, we don't do that here. You know what I'm saying? And I use those times to really discuss what's going on. And the more you talk to those kids and mentor those kids and talk them through scenarios, man, the better you're gonna be. But use that time not to just be, hey, put them phones up. We ain't no phone. We got to eat and talk. Yeah. And we about to have real dialogue about things that's gonna help you become better and help us become better as a group.
That's good.
And also, when an outside person come in and see you cussing at this kid or fussing at him, go, why you doing that to that kid? I'm gonna tell you why. Do you just know that this kid, you don't know what these kids be having. You ain't there to even have an opinion. So the best thing for you to do is be quiet.
Right.
You don't know what's going on. You don't know this kid like that. Ain't just a kid. Well, I understand what you're saying, ma'am or sir, but you don't understand what goes on a daily basis. All you see is on Tuesdays and Fridays or whatever.
Yeah.
So you need to be quiet. And I love being able to say that.
Yeah.
I love that because everybody knows everything, but they don't know nothing. They got to, hey, y'all should do this. Hey, coach, you should do this. Hey, you should. Hey, when we were 6 and 10, coach, you need to do this. You need to do that. Hey, man, you just need to just watch from afar and keep your opinions to yourself.
Yeah.
You ain't here daily.
I feel you, Justin. I feel you.
You ain't here daily. Now, if you was here every day, I understand.
Cause get what? Hey, we don't come to your job when you're the chef and tell you that you putting too much seasoning on you. We ain't going to your barbershop telling you line in the man head crooked. We ain't going to, but it make you want to do it. I ain't going to the sermon telling you that you're preaching the word wrong. Why you come here and do that?
Yeah.
Don't come here and do that.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, coaching different, bro. It's different. It's the level of scrutiny. I'm gonna tell you, I got a compliment from a parent that really, really, like, it really made me feel, just good. It was people, they say, Coach, it's easy for us they say sometimes it's hard when you get on our kid. He said, but when my son come to me and show me that you sent him motivational quotes and videos encouraging him on, what he can do to improve his game and how to be a man, and you give him. He say people don't know you do that, so they come to the game and all they see is basketball and you fussing about something, but now realize that, man, you pour into them. That's why it is that they can take it and they want to fight, because, like he said, because he's like, man, my son always, every time you send stuff, because I send stuff, man, like I'm just starting the evangel. I probably done sent them jokers 15.
You should tell him, man. You should tell him. What you think, I'm some angry black man around here just fussing, man? Come on, man. Like, what? Hey, what kind of stuff you on, man? Like, come on, man. I'm not on that type of stuff. Man. Like Corey. I mean, I'm talking about
what was that?
And I was on a podcast today about people being so sensitive. Everybody is sensitive to every little thing. You can say, hey, man, y'all got us, we lost this game, and they say, man, the championships ain't won in January.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a fact, though. Everybody knows that. And people get in their feelings about stuff. Or somebody can say, I'm rooting with this team, and I'm not dogging your team. This is just the team I like. That's the school I went to, I represent. And people get mad because you are rooting for your group or you're a fan of whatever. And I'm just like, man, look, man, we got to stop being so sensitive on things, man. Or they say, well, you didn't win this. You ain't win either. You know how hard it is to win a championship, man? It's tough,
hey, but Jay, let me ask you a question. When I get on social media and I say those things, how you know I said that if you ain't watching my page? Why don't you just block me? How you know what I'm saying on my page?
Looking at you. Why are you like, these people are worried about what somebody say? Like, man, look, I can like, come on, man. I even use it, for example, if you make it to another level and they got Sports Center, they got First Take, they got and they talking. Well, if you didn't have a good game, the world knows, and they gonna talk about it for about 5 hours a day. If you can't take that, you need to get out of business. You need to stop playing, or you need to stop whatever the case may be. But I said we gotta stop being sensitive.
Coach,
Even coaches
Coach,
gotta
Coach
stop being
Higgins, man,
sensitive.
let me tell you something. I think we opened
words.
up a beautiful relationship here, man. Like Coach. Hey, Justin, we got to get them Bolger tournament next year. I know this season set, but man, the 27th, you got to come to Bolger tournament, and Justin, me and you got to go down there. We got to go do a double header sometime.
Yeah, we gotta go to man. Hager's the real deal, man. Hager's the real deal, man. He is everything he say he is. Everything you see, you go watch them boys play, and he is that. Trust me.
We got to do
that. Can I say something to the coaches, man? The coach that listening, all the coaches. I ain't talking about us. I'm talking about the other coaches. Hey, man.
I'm glad Dean's on too.
I've been sitting in the stands this summer, man. So I ain't really been. I'm coaching girls now, so I just been watching boys in the stand. Can y'all coach our team, man? Don't coach the referee. Coach your team. It's summer league, and you talking about that's a travel, that's a double, that's a foul. How about you run a set? How about you teach your team to jump to the ball? How about you teach your boys to get back on defense?
We better shut this down.
Yeah, coach your team, man. Stop coaching the officials. Stop coaching the stand. Coach your team.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
nobody don't coach their team no more, man.
We about to shut this show down. We about to keep this conversation going on the backstage.
Hey, we got to start holding each
coaches. Yeah, you got to hold them coaches accountable, man.
Ultimately, the coaches got to hold each other accountable, man.
He got hands on him. He impede my boy progress. That's why when you get to the playoff, coach, you're going to be about 30, man. Coach your team, man. Teach them how to play with hands on them. Teach them how to box out and be physical, man. Stop whining so doggone much. That's why your kids whining and complaining, because you whining and complaining.
Oh my God.
That's all I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that.
All right, good people. We're gonna keep the conversation going, but we finna shut this show down. We're gonna keep this conversation going, man. So look,
I gotta go. I gotta cut my son out, man.
Yeah, cut his son out. So look, we appreciate y'all so much, Coach Higgins. Thank you for that. And look, let me tell you something. This is the beginning. So we're gonna chop it up again, man. Anytime hot topic come up, man, we're gonna get together. We're gonna chop it up, man.
Always, for sure.
Let's talk about life, man. Let's talk about coaches life outside of the game.
We will. Coach's life outside of the game. All right, Bill. Let's do it.
And I'll be back in 5 years, man, on the boy side.
About 5 years.
I'm back.
Charity got 5 years, right?
Hey, look.
Yeah, I got 5 years, man. I'll be back.
I'll be done.
Somewhere.
I'll be in the NBA by then.
No.
We ain't beat you since 2020. Hey, B, you remember y'all beat us by 30?
I don't remember that. I remember my first loss as a head coach. And that Looney Tune game, man, when not the Looney Tune game, the Space Jam, the Monster. Man, them people beat up, man. They like that score. That score kept going like this, man. I said, God dang. I want to change career path right there.
Hey, Corey, beat us.
Man, look, I'm gonna put y'all on the backstage. I'm gonna play this last clip, man. We'll chop it up a little more, man. Hey, man, we'll see y'all next week. Hit the Coach's Code podcast at 7:30. Coach Higgins, man, we appreciate you down all the way from Kenner, Louisiana. All right, Coach Collins right here in Bossier. Coach Dean's down in Port Allen, man. Look, man, all love. I'm looking forward to the next time, man. All right?
All right, man.
All right. Y'all have a good night, man.
Hey, Coach. Yes, you. First, thank you for tuning in to tonight's show. Before you go, don't forget, everything you need to lead well and last long is waiting for you at my website, eddiejhamilton.com/shop. Devotionals, digital workbooks, tools to build culture, and real strategies to help you navigate coaching, family, and faith. It's all there. So do me a favor, Coach. Click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and share this with a coach who's ready to lead with purpose. We're in this together. Let's build something that lasts. Hopefully, I'll see you at the next show coming soon. So stay tuned. Have a great day, Coach.